integrate, like, this kind of Dugong Kagyu way to follow the usual other lineages, how to share these different ways. So this is the our understanding, like, follow the Jigten Songkung, his views, follow like this way. So actually very similar for other lineages, but different than Gelug, different than Sacha, and different than some other Kagyus. So, but it's like this is like very similar to the Mapam is another philosopher. It's very famous in Nyima tradition. He followed Longchen Ramjam. So Longchen Ramjam looks like he followed the Jigten Songkung. So that's I recognize. So that's why I follow this way. They make more sense for me, And of course, if you go more details, then they're always debating these philosophers. It's no one agree each other anyway. So usually we in Tibet have the one examples. The long Lapa Nirkanti means like long means court, Buddha's court. And Nagarjuna, this, Asanga, Shankti Deva, Chandrakirti, everyone accept that. But Tibetan philosophers a little bit different. They accept Buddha and all indeed these great philosophers, they accept that. But they don't accept each other, Tibetan philosophers. Okay. So that's the reason everyone follow the, Buddha what he said. Then of course Nagarjuna, Chandrakirti, these all the philosophers, what they say. And that's the reason one of the Buddhists I share with you a couple, I think last week is Gendeng Chimpo, is a very famous Tibetan scholar. So he ended up to in the prison, he died in the prison, very famous one. He is actually Gelug tradition, but he explained this spiritual emptiness teaching is followed by like, not really follow exactly what the right now Gelug tradition shares like that way. He just sharing different ways. He said that is Nagarjuna's teaching. That is the like early, very early means like before like Gelug tradition, before this philosopher's teaching. He said that is like, he said it's more make sense. So what he also said, these Tibetan philosophers first they read these teachings, then they read who make the teachings. And if they come from some India, this Nalanda University philosophers, they're accepting. But then they see that is come from Tibetan, these philosophers, they try to make arguing, disagreed, So that's the Ganden he said that. I think it's kind of like that, So, and that's the reason this lineage is not much difference. Actually, Buddhist, Tibetan, the lineages is the same, but in this kind of section, there also philosophers make different ways teaching, like, they use their own way debating, and that makes it, this is my, lineage or tradition. So then, actually, this is come from this debating is like Mayamika teachings. When you talk about Vinayana teaching, there's nothing debate because it's just already Buddha said monks what they have to do, or follow the rules, what the 253 rules. Everyone accept, nothing to disagree, it's just same thing. In this kind of section, the Mayamika, then they always, debating, disagree each other. So that is also okay to do, you can debating. And then also you can make this, your part, not against to the Nagarjuna and Buddha's teaching. So then we use this, I told you the Tibet has like one example, long Lapa Nirkanti means this use the Buddha's quote and Nagarjuna, this all the 17 scholars quote, but the quote is like they make explain different directions. you know, what do you want to explain? They all has kind of a aspect. You can explain right side, or you can explain left side, where, you know, the code, same code used, but they explain different ways. That means like you can point to, you know, like code is like your side. Do you get or no understand what I'm talking? Yes, looks like okay, everyone. Thank you. So you have to know this. Sometimes like it's great to know these two obscurations. So now, and grasping at an inherent nature of external phenomena. So these two obscurations, you have to recognize this. Self nature of the person, external phenomena. Two obscurations. So this is like self nature of the person means and my, like thinking about like this is my body, this is my eye, this is my nose, right? So that the external phenomena means this is a house, this is a car, okay, this is a tree, you know, this is the lake, mountains, or this is my country, you know, this is the same as my citizen. This is the core external phenomena. So then this first liberation, what that thing, if you get selflessness of a person, even they don't have, you know, meditate like realization, selflessness of phenomena, still they can get liberation, free from samsara. So the reason is why we are stuck in samsara, because due to self-grasping, and mind. So you meditate, you get realize selflessness of a person. That time you liberate free from samsara. So that is the first, you know, attainment. Second one is like more bigger than that, more bigger than that. Not only recognize I and the selflessness of a person. So we recognize the selflessness of phenomena means everything is recognized emptiness. So then that person has more courage and more ability. So that view is more bigger. And then of course the conduct part, you have a practice love, compassion, bodhicitta. So that's the reason their attainment to the Buddhahood and can benefit more other beings. So now under this grasping at the rareness of self and the rareness of phenomena is released. So you purify these two obscurations. The two omniscience are there, means like realize the two omniscience. So these two, sorry, I did a mistake. So, and the rareness of phenomena is released. The two obscurations are there in the, okay, so it's the under this grasping at the rareness of self and the rareness of phenomena is released. I see the two obscurations are there. If no, we don't release under these two obscurations always there.
Well, may I ask a question about that?
Yes.
Yes. Say we realize this philosophically. We realize non-grasping. So with our relative reality of our person and our needs as a human being, say for instance what we eat, non-attachment to what we eat would be non-grasping then at the self, even though we have to eat. If we're given a bowl of rice or a chocolate cake, we don't really care. We don't get attached to the chocolate cake versus the bowl of rice. Is that how we do it, just in the day-to-day reality?
Yeah, I think so. I heard, some yogis before. There's the attendants. They say, "Oh, you didn't eat. You so hungry. Could be you so hungry." They say, "Yeah, I'm so hungry. I need food." You know. Then sometimes the yogis they just stay and they even they don't eat, but they say, "Oh, you already eat." The attendants told them, yeah, they say, "Yeah, I already eat. I don't need." They don't need to eat. Followed by all the what they says, they follow by their perceptions. They don't have their own perceptions. They follow by other beings' perceptions.
So were they eating essence of things? Were they yogis who are
Their
eating
eating is like
essence?
same as in the dreaming. Dreaming. I think you can eat in the dream, right? So this is the
But
actually
it would be
it's.
equanimity towards all sorts of things that you face. Would that be the non-self-grasping?
I think so. Yeah. So just I share you this, like, many stories like that. This is not too long ago, and this some the monks of take care of these yogis, right, practitioners, and many practitioners always happening like that. They don't think about like morning, evening. It's nothing different for them. Sometimes they don't offering food for them to don't eat 3 days. They are okay, so nothing hungry for them. Then the attendants told, "Oh, you don't eat. Like you needed to eat." They say, "Yeah, I'm so hungry." They recognize they're hungry. If they don't tell that, until they don't recognize they're hungry. And so then there's some yogis eat after. There, I think that this, attendants also make play with them. Pulling their legs or something. So the attendants, if they already eat and the food is already offering, then they told them, "Oh, you didn't eat. You need to eat." They say, "Yeah, I need to eat." So that kind of happening, lots of this realizer. So, I don't know exactly what happening. This is like many, the stories like that. Recognize. So kind of like that, some teachers they go into more absolute this uh, nature states, and then they just kind of they're not really be into the to this like world, but the body is there, but really the mentally everything is like not really there. So happen like that. I think so. 2 years ago, one day Abu Lama we have WeChat group. He telling some things. I told so many things, Gachin Rinpoche, and I told him everything is for the statues. Statue, you talk to statue, not fair anything, right? So I think that is like sometimes the yogis into the meditate state that the whatever people says looks like they heard, but they don't really hear anything. So then couple days after, then you share same information, so they're really new to for them again. Do you understand what I mean? See this, you talked with the statue, you talked with your tangas. They don't take anything, right? Sometimes like people we talked with other people like that. Means like I told you this Abu Lama he talked with Gachin Rinpoche something we asked to talk. He told them, and but then 2 days, 3 days after, Gachin Rinpoche didn't hear anything. So he asked, "What is going on there?" So then he have to talk again. Then he talks next couple days, go and liberate. So that means you're talking with the same as a statue we call. There's some realizer teachers you talk with them it's the same like that become. So that means at that time is that they don't really pay attention in the world activities. They're just body is there, but mind is not really into these things, nothing distracting anything. Just kind of no draw state. So many like realization people has like that. Okay, so now until this grasping at the awareness of self and the awareness of phenomena is released, the two obscurations are there. So that's right now we have these two obscurations because we didn't release these two obscurations. Do you? Do you have I? See, we have first grasping. Do you fixation to the like object? Yes. So then this we have the last one, awareness of phenomena. So then also this section is usually Mayamika use logics investigate the use logic investigating take all this part of particles, not exist anything. Like lost, like oh yeah, makes sense for us. But then you come back to yourself. Okay, I is there, my is there, everything's there. You think about this, study this teaching, use logic, looks like nothing is exist. Then also I told you the Gendeng Chimpur is like one Tibetan philosopher, and just same person, same guy. He said, "It's so funny. I use this Mayamika logics. Looks like I am not exist. Nothing is exist. Then my hand is stuck with needles. I'm exist. I'm into this logic. I'm not exist. So means like his hand is like needles, put into his hand because it's a pain, he's suffering, and he go into the teaching. The Mayamikas use logics, like he looks like he recognizes no exist. So this guy is a very special yogi. He makes the poetry is very beautiful. He said, "Lapa kap the ten yuda nyam," means kap is needle. Lapa means hang. Te means touch together, Then it looks like I am there. Lapa kap dan ten yuda nyam. Tema dela ten mida nyam. Tema means logic. When I use this logic, and then I cannot find myself. I cannot see myself. I cannot find myself. So like that, right now we are in like that state, okay? So we going into these teachings, then we recognize we are not exist, but come back to reality. We need food, we need dress, we need clothes. We scared coronavirus, so we always exist there. Then two obscurations are there, and then in the Madhyamaka Rena Avali middle way treatise Mala of Jivas. So this teaching come from Nagarjuna. It's one of the Nagarjuna's teaching. It's Mayamika teaching, but not the root text Mayamika. And the Nagarjuna wrote the 6 different books for Mayamika. First is of course root text, and then more explain, more debating, another 6 different books. So this is the one of that. It is explained. He explained like what means like selfish. This we're talking about the awareness of self, grasping at the awareness of self. What means grasping at the awareness of the obscuration to the first attainment? So then, as long as there is clinging to a body, so you think about yourself, look to your body. I, clinging to I is your body. So then there is self-clinging. So that is called self-clinging. So that is called the first one, the obscuration. And then there also this one is as long as there is clinging to a body, is these philosophers explain different ways. So the main point is, as long as there is clinging to a body, means you don't have to think about the like part of to your body. Just whole thing of your crown to feet, whole thing this body is I. You have that self-clinging. We have that. We don't use logic, investigate. Just whole thing, crown to feet. This then also in our mind included. So sometimes we call far aggregates. All these things included everything. So there's like clinging to a body. There's self-clinging. I. If there is a self-clinging, long as we have that, then there is a karma. Because the reason is like you all whole things like you recognize self-clinging, and my. Then you have I, you must have the others too. The reason is I and others is dependent, related to each other. You have right, you need left. You have left, you have right. Because if you don't have right, you cannot have left. Yeah. So you have long, then you have a short. You have short, then you have long. Otherwise, you cannot really make it long and short. What is going to do long is short. It's dependent, everything. So that's the reason we have I, and then we have others, self, others. I heard somebody say my name.
It was me, Sandy.
Okay, hi.
Hi. Sometimes I wonder if there's such a thing as a Pratyeka Buddha, really. Because how is there just a self to be liberated separate from everything else?
You mean how can they liberate?
How can, just because you're starting to say, self and other are related, they're interdependent. How can, if someone reaches realization, how can they really just realize for themselves only?
So there's you can get a realization, selflessness of a person. So actually, of course, you have self and I and others, right? So you can get a self-liberation, called self-liberation. The reason is you are stuck in samsara because it's due to I and my. Long as you have that, then self-clinging to your body, and then you create a karma, clinging to the body, and because like I, and then you have others so attached to I, hatred to others. So that then create a karma. The karma then become, and from karma comes rebirth, means karma take to rebirth. So this Nagarjuna, this shortcut is very important when we go into study philosophy section. Very important. So this, your just question is like, okay, related to like each other, I and others related to each other. But when you meditate, and only just you meditate and look to yourself, recognize is no exist. And the self is you recognize no exist. They're called selflessness of person. They not arise emotions. No rise emotion come to the emotion, because the emotion, the cause is already gone. So become deliberate, but they don't think about all this phenomena, selflessness of phenomena. They get one part of section only recognize emptiness. So you can get through the realization like that way, but talking about like then more talk about this bodhisattvas and then and others. So you have to care more other beings. So that is a bodhisattva's level. Follow the and okay, is there. So others. So then the thing is like liberation self is not useful for them. It's followed by the actually method section, love, compassion, bodhicitta section, then go to that direction. So, okay, so no, actually, your answer is, I know what means your question, but my answer maybe still you didn't get correctly. But we can follow, maybe you can find more in this teaching, okay? So now think about this, say if there is a self-clinging, then there is a karma, and from karma comes a rebirth. So this is the where is we are come from. Who created us? So more big questions there. Then these are the different religions. The claimed, I think, or claimed is I don't know correct words. Claimed the different, like come from source, different source come from. Like some like Christians and other many religions talk about God create us. They claimed, I think, claim or some say gods, right? They talk about gods. I don't know the words is exactly, but they just talk about God create us. They believe that, and so then, of course, there's many religions. The right now, this especially this time, many religions similar. It's all has the same God. Christians, Muslims, Jews all has the same God. So they all accepted that everything is like this, come from God. God created us. Then go to like more ancient religions. They talk about many different things. So the main point of the Buddha's teaching is exactly like this way. So where we are come from, because clinging to our body, and there's then self-clinging. If there's self-clinging, then we create karma. So and all these beings come from karma. So why is it so many diversity sentient beings? Because it's due to diversity karma. Individual makes different karma created. So these all beings followed by karma. Then no any someone is like control us. We are our own our karma control us. So who is the creator? We are our own creator, because we create our own karma. So why we create our own karma? The reason is because we are clinging to our body, and mind. They have others. So then attach to our side, hatred to others. So then create karma. So their karma is how to dissolve their karma. We have to understand the selflessness of a person. If we don't get to realize the selflessness of a person, until that still karma is no end. So we needed to realize the selflessness of a person. So that's the reason this, followed by more logically. It has thus been talked that as long as we have grasping at a self, we will not be liberated from samsara. See, it has thus been talked that as long as we have grasping at a self, we will not be liberation from samsara. We are still stuck in samsara. And then this who get selflessness of person, there who realize the selflessness of person, then they're no longer attached to their body. So that is actually logically proving, like example, very small symbols. Very small simple examples. Think about it. Mind is grasping to something strongly. No need to your body. Something others strongly grasping to some object is become similar is your body. You know, if you lose that, something get wrong for that, we get hurt. Same thing. That means like strong grasping. And think about like our hairs. Our hair here, you know, this one. Sometimes there's so many kind of similar words. Hairs. Long as when you have very beautiful hair, you attach to that. So same is exactly this part of your body, no difference. You know, more than that, because you have to take care every day your hairs, take care of that. And you look to yourself, oh, my hair is great, you know, so that makes you like maybe more pride or confident or something, you know. And so more than your like maybe your arms focus that your mind. So one day your hair goes wrong, something wrong, then you no longer attach because you try to cut through, you know, cut. You don't want to have that is in your head. Something wrong in your head, hairs. You can go easily throw away. When you have strong attachment, that time your hair is something wrong, you pain so much pain. You sad, you unhappy, you get that. So then one day your hair is like 100% knows, you know, it's going to affect maybe your body. Something, this hair is going to affect your body. Then you right away get rid of. No more eye there, no more attached to that. You can throw hairs everywhere. No grasping to anymore. See, like everything like that. First, I have example in this. Think about in the coronavirus. When they come to this coronavirus, so we don't get into here. So we see somewhere it's like, okay, yeah, there's problems. Yeah. And that time is like, we don't want to give up anything. We don't want to shut down whole country. Not possible. This airline companies upside the shut down to go to airplane China, you know, because they don't want to do that. Their thing is like that. Seeking so attach everything. Like even the one airplane don't want to go to return to, you know, empty seat. That kind of so strong attachment, right? We have. So this has become big problems. Not only airplane go to China, shut down whole countries, they can accept. They can accept that. So we also can accept that because shut down whole thing, so we can accept that bigger problem comes. Same thing, you know, right now we are attached to our this arms. Maybe I get something in this finger is get a disease here, something. My doctor say you have to cut this one, otherwise going to affect here. I'm already gone my grasping. I can cut that right away there, go away. That means my finger is not I, not self. See, that means like my hair is not I and not self. I can get rid of that right over there. See, your mind is like no fixation, grasping to that. You can give up these things, right? We can recognize that. Okay, then more problems like maybe, oh, my arm hold this area, get something big problems. If I don't cut this one, if the whole thing is I'm going to die, this causes my life. I can cut here, it's easily go through this one. No longer attached to that, my arm. That time is this, the arm is not I and not mine. So no, even I don't want to cut these nails. Yeah, so like that, attach. So if something goes wrong, your nails also you suffering because it's self. One time you give up your mind, give up, even you can see, can cut through, go away, it's nothing there, I there. So all look to your whole body is like that. So we get like something problem in the kidney problems. You can get rid of kidney. The normal kidney is I and the self. So like that way, you have to recognize like self is actually not really exist there. And then also like I can give you many examples. The not only your body, like auto level. So one parent have like couple kids. Some kids is really great. The parents really like. Some kids, the parents doesn't like. See, why is that? Because the reason is due to grasping. It's behind there has attachment love. Attachment love is causes where it comes from is grasping. Otherwise, why is the difference? Like same, it's always your kids. So we recognize that easily. Then some people, adopt a child. So child is like belong to some other people. That time is the child is there, but you're not really thinking about this is mine. You don't care about that. When you get the child is in your hand, it becomes this my child. So same is like come from your body, nothing different. Yeah. See, because of your mind already fixation, like pick up already that one. Then think about like there's so many cars in the dealerships. When we tornadoes, like couple days almost here has hit tornadoes, and like that kind of comes natural disasters, and we don't think about this what going on in these cars in the dealerships. So when you get that car is in your home, you bought, then that time is like belong to you, and then this natural disaster comes, you worry about car, and already your fixation to that your mind, because it's due to grasping. See, this all really we recognize what means selflessness of a person. And then these meditators look to their own, body and meditate the selflessness of person. The one that they get realized. When they get realized, that there's the one example in the shared teachings, the selflessness of person realizes. Someone bring the like the cutting the like we usually cut what they call this one in the trees cutting the like knife is sword right. So knife has like kind of like many
jagged teeth.
Then we use cutting like this,
Mm-hmm.
So someone like cutting like this from here, someone give you massage other side, left side someone give you massage, right side someone cutting your your body. He try to in this side you're not attached to here, become same. That means you really have selflessness of realization of person.
No.
See, right now you cannot think about, okay, someone cut here means like right, pain means that doesn't self. When you get realize no heat treated, someone cut here, no heat treated. Someone give you massage here, no attached to that. So that means you really have selflessness of person realization. Okay. So now we go to here. It has thus been talked that as long as we have grasping at ourselves, we will not be liberated from samsara. If you want to know whether the self-grasping can be released or not, so that is a big question. Some people think yes, some people say no. So if you wanted to know whether the self-grasping can be released or not, can release or not. If the self-grasping is a permanent, you cannot release self. If self is impermanent, we can release. So I give you many examples. Think about here. You can release self. So if self is permanent, then whatever going on, like you say, oh, this is my here, you attach to that. Whatever goes on here, change, whatever goes on, you never lost. Always, my here, you don't want to lose only one piece over here. You can die one piece over here. So we don't have that. This is all dependent, because like dependent your hair. Long hair, your hair is beautiful, nice. You don't want to lose. Long as your hair is not really nice for you, no makes you beautiful, then gone. So that means that the self is impermanent. That's the reason you can release yourself. You can find the answer through many scripture verifications and through reasoning as expressed in the Madhyamaka and the Paramana. So these teachings like all talk about more details how to get selflessness of a person, how to get realization selflessness of phenomena. Then they follow all the reasons, follow the logic, detailed, very detailed. So that's the reason we can find information. We can release the self, because due to these teachings, we can find more information. You can find the answer, through many scripture verification and through reasoning as expressed on the Madhyamika teachings. The teachings reveal the antidote to help us actualize this by showing how to meditate and cultivate loving kindness and so forth. So teachings like give us lots of different method, antidote to self-grasping. We have so many different teachings, so these are teachings, antidote to selflessness of a person, selflessness of phenomena. So then that is the teaching, that is the Dharma. If you practice something that is not effective to self-grasping, selflessness of self-grasping, self and selflessness phenomena, not antidote to that, then that is not Dharma. So Dharma practice means must antidote to these two graspings, person and phenomena. So then it's by showing how to meditate and cultivate love, kindness, and so forth. See, this love meditation, kindness meditation, also one method to antidote to the self-grasping. Because I and the self, love and kindness also indirectly contradiction, indirectly antidote, not directly antidote, but indirectly antidote. And then self, like you meditate the selflessness of person, that is directly antidote to your self-grasping. You meditate selflessness of person means like recognize your whole is emptiness, nothing is exist. That is directly antidote to self-grasping. And this love and compassion is indirectly antidote to self-grasping, not directly antidote to self-grasping. So the reason is love, kindness is like not thinking about I. So thinking about others means like, so you think about others is like kind of indirectly antidote to I and the self. So this is all is logically proven, as well as the antidote to completely uproot self-grasping through the wisdom that realizes selflessness. See, so meditation, emptiness. The emptiness also have two different: selflessness of a person, selflessness of phenomena. So we practice, the wisdom means like emptiness meditation. Then you get realize emptiness, selflessness is gone. So that time is like completely uproot self-grasping. And that's the reason selflessness of a person meditation, emptiness meditation is directly antidote, and also that meditation realization, this our self is like uproot, completely uproot, antidote to completely uproot self-grasping. Then love compassion meditation is not antidote to completely uproot. That meditation helps reduce self-grasping, reducing, diminishing self-grasping. See the difference, the emptiness is like directly antidote, also antidote to completely uproot self-grasping through the wisdom that realize selflessness. And that's the reason you meditate selflessness of a person, even you don't meditate love, compassion for others, still you can realize. And you get realization, you can go to, first state liberation, first one we talked. If you wanted to liberate Buddhahood, the second liberation, then without love, compassion, meditation, then cannot get the level. So according to the Buddhist scriptures, the difference between the three vehicles or yanas. And the Buddhism, we talk about the three different yanas, three vehicles or different between the three vehicles or yanas. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. So this difference is like you follow by the author level and follow by the scripture, or you follow by reality, meaning. So the two different. You follow by the scripture teaching, like okay, Buddha's first teaching is like Hinayana, second teaching is Mahayana, third teaching is Vajrayana. So like that also, followed by scripture teachings, and followed by kind of a, just author level, like external level, and then pointing with the, object. So Sri Lanka tradition is a Hinayana tradition. China, Japan is like, usually say Mahayana tradition. Tibetan Buddhist is a Vajrayana tradition. So sometimes like say people like that, but that's actually really incorrect to recognize it that way. And that's also created sometimes, upset other people, and kind of like pushing down someone like that kind of thoughts. But main point is like really have to go to individual. I share already this last week, not this week actually. I think this week we Tuesday teaching, so Tiriyanas, we talked about that. Followed by individual level, So that's where it's the best you can follow. So I'm not going to talk again, because when you mostly that time in the teaching. So I have to follow by individual level practicing. And long as we have emotions, I and self, then we are Hinayana. I is very important. Then we are become Hinayana. So other is more important. We are Mahayana. Whatever we see in this object is become, you realize it's all is Buddha's form, pure. When you get pure perceptions, that time then we are Vajrayana. So actually, right now I'm sharing the teaching is Mahayana, also Vajrayana, but we are individually, we are in the Hinayana. You have to recognize that, because we have still like, I don't want to die. I don't want to get sick. I want to scared to go to in the hospitals because I get virus. And so like that, we have a strong self. So that means we are in the Hinayana right now. Okay. So that means like you cannot really specifically pointing the countries and the teachings, just have to follow by individual level. So one day you realize like all this whatever seeing is a pure perception, then that time we are Vajrayana. One day you have strong compassion for others, that time is we are Mahayana. So no thinking about like is like strong than others. So that time we are Hinayana. So there's Tiriyana. So actually, reality they have to follow like that way. Then no one against, no one upset, no any contradictions. Otherwise, sometimes a misunderstanding. This has become Tiriyana is like going to fight each other. Same is like different religions fighting. Okay, so no relatives to the different approach to purifying these two obscurations. Relatives to this, so purifying these two obscurations dependent, like these levels follow. Purifying these two obscurations, the different approaches to purifying these two obscurations. The Shavakas, healers, and the Pakika Buddhas solitary realizers of the individual liberation path. So that take individual liberation path. Sometimes this, like really makes sense. Follow this tradition, because we have a strong I, I want to liberate. So the reason is that when we make sense, this one is like we are in the Hinayana. So see, right now it's like I wanted to Buddha because I want to free from samsara. That means like we are is using practice teaching is Mahayana Vajrayana, but we are still in Hinayana. So these teachings make sense for us more beginning level. So this Theravada teaching is called beginners. Mahayana is more high level educations. Vajrayana is for realizers. So that's kind of a have to follow, because when Buddha shared teaching is exactly like that way, this Theravada teaching is like publicly whole Buddha giving teaching is a Theravada teachings. So Mahayana teaching is not whole publicly because it's whole who is the more high realizers, some special students, like who has high capacity level. See, Chenrezig, Manjushri, they're all gathering together, Buddha sharing. So that means like Heart Sutra, this we can directly see that is a high capacity level. Not possible to other regular people hear that teaching during the Buddha time. So then that teaching is some realizers, some very high realizers students, they hear Vajrayana teachings. So they meditate solely on the selflessness of the individual person as an antidote to the obscuration of negative emotions. So then this group, the first, this Pacceka Buddhas and the solitary realizers meditate solely on the selflessness of the individual person. So they're focused for that. These people all focus for this meditation. The Bodhisattvas, Mahayana means you cannot focus only this. You have to focus for others, create love, compassion, bodhicitta, aspirations. So sometimes like cannot do anything like that. That thinking is like too big, like that way going on. So that's the reason that Bodhisattva take longer than this individual liberations. Individual liberations only they focus themselves. So if I'm going from here to Ohio to California, I just get maybe some bicycle or something. Only I focus myself going there. Don't looking for only like others. And then this Mahayana, this Bodhisattvas, then they say, oh, I cannot go myself. So many people stuck there. Oh, they're stuck there. They are suffering here. So this everyone have to go there. So then they're preparing all this, they try to, that their bicycle cannot get to everyone there while you're going there. So then they have to create like more something, like maybe kind of a train like that. So then as that everyone come in there, we go together. So like that. Take the thinking is more bigger than that. So that's the reason this selflessness, the self individual, or how to call this, the Pacceka and the Buddha, this solitary realizers, the focus one thing is going into there is like not take too long. One this is sometimes 3 lifetimes or 1 lifetimes, like I think it's again going to get there. That's also depend the individual, person as an antidote to the obscuration of negative emotions. So then also the focus purify the negative emotions, through which all the negative emotions are exhausted. Then negative emotions are gone, and it becomes impossible for them ever to fall back into samsara. Then that they don't have to come back to samsara. Because the reason is that they don't have negative emotions, then how can come back to samsara? No cause. If you don't have seed, then how can make plant? So no self, then no emotions, then not possible to come back to samsara. It's liberation. Emotions are exhausted. That's great, right? Gone. No more exist. They cannot come back because they already take out the root. The root is I and the self, my, they're gone. Then they cannot really benefit others because they don't create, on the path like practice love and compassion. So without that, then they really cannot come back to something like benefit others. So now is the next one. However, since they have not perfected the meditation on the selflessness of phenomena, then they don't have this meditation, no? However means like, however, for this first liberations, since they have not perfected the meditation on the selflessness of phenomena, they don't meditate, the whole thing is emptiness recognized. They don't accept this Heart Sutra, no I, no nose. This is form is empty, emptiness is form. Some that's coming to is there's a heart attack. Heart Sutra name is like translation to English, heart attack. Who get heart attack because this Pakshika Buddhas get heart attack. So I don't know the exactly true or not. We don't know during the Buddha time. You are not there. I'm not there. We don't see. We cannot like, how to say that. Sometimes this some people go in the court, then some people sit there and they look to what they're going on. How to call that? Sometimes send a letter to me to come to do that. Juries, right? Juries. So we are not, we don't have juries there. We don't know. Some says like that time, this like lower workers close ears when Buddha talk about Heart Sutra, and some says they get heart attacked. So we don't know. I'm not there. You are not there. We don't have any juries there, right? So anyway, this the first like these liberations. However, since they have not perfected the meditate on the selflessness of phenomena, they do not become free of the subtle obscuration to omniscience. So that they still have this other subtle obscurations to the omniscience. So what is this omniscience problem? Liberation to Buddhahood. This subtle obscuration to omniscience is obscuration to the liberation to the enlightening Buddhahood. So that's the reason there, right now, just Pakshika Buddha Shavakas, they have this obscuration still. That's the reason they cannot really have like omniscient wisdom, same as the Buddha, to share teachings for others. Makes sense, yeah? This all clear, yeah? The illustrious ones of the Mahayana path, beginning from the path of seeing the first Bodhisattva Pemi or stage. So then this is followed by the Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas, they don't only focus for selflessness of person. The illustrious one of the Mahayana path. So Mahayana path, beginning from the path of seeing. So seeing path means like the first Pemi Bodhisattva. They here already said the first Bodhisattva Pemi or stage. So this Bodhisattva is called absolute truth Bodhisattvas. Absolute truth, not relative truth Bodhisattvas. we can't be relative to the Bodhisattvas, because when we going to receive this teaching, and when we're going to before practice, we chant the Bodhisattva prayers, and that means like we are relative to the Bodhisattva. We mind generate, we do the mind generation, and we chant prayers. We sometimes cultivate love, compassion, bodhicittas. So that means we are relative to the Bodhisattva. This is absolute truth Bodhisattva who get realization. It's big difference there. The bodhicitta has true, relative truth bodhicitta, absolute truth bodhicitta. So we practice relative truth bodhicitta. Sometimes, of course, we practice absolute truth bodhicitta too. So you are really into your natural mind, meditate Mahamudra, that is called absolute truth bodhicitta. We practicing that. And relative truth bodhicitta, when we does morning, like, cultivate love, compassion, bodhicitta. That is called relative truth bodhicitta. So now, this first Pimi Bodhisattva is a very high level. Sometimes people ask questions, do you get first Pimi Bodhisattva level? I said, thank you. This first Pimi Bodhisattva is the quality, realize, is the beyond us. They actually get already no dualistic. Buddha prophesies Nagarjuna. When Buddha prophesies Nagarjuna, he said, come back, one teacher is mentioned about Nagarjuna's name. His realized is first Pimi. So Nagarjuna is first level Bodhisattva Pimi. Usually people call Nagarjuna is called second Buddha. Nagarjuna is also like first Buddhist scientist. So Buddha, prophesies he is the first Pimi Bodhisattva, Nagarjuna. So he has realized first Pimi Bodhisattva. That's the reason he can share these Mahayana teachings unmistakably for others. That's the reason he has that knowledge, emptiness. So when Chandakirti comes, Chandakirti is Nagarjuna's disciple. Nagarjuna actually, me disciple is like, what is his name is. So usually we chant the prayers a lot. That. Do you remember the not Asanga is what is the Gachinoboche's long love prayer has one name? This
Chodingpa.
Huh?
Chodingpa?
Who's?
Choding? Yeah.
Aryadeva.
Ayandeva, yeah, Ayandeva. Ayandeva is me disciple, Nagarjuna's. Chandakirti, historically Chandakirti, he didn't meet Nagarjuna. He didn't see face to face. So some people say that, but some people say when the end of the Nagarjuna's lifetime, Chandakirti meet, but I don't know exactly. But I think it's like mostly say he didn't meet Nagarjuna, Chandakirti. But then Ayandeva is Nagarjuna's main disciple. Ayandeva also wrote commentaries for Nagarjuna's teachings. But then Chandakirti, when he wrote the Mayamika teaching is Pas Sanjeka, I think, is called the more followed by the Chandakirti. So Chandakirti is the when we studied the Pas Sanjeka Mayamika teaching, is like the main teacher is Chandakirti. So Chandakirti mentioned about Nagarjuna. He said, I'm going to follow Nagarjuna. The reason is his teachings are mistaken because he is first Pimi Bodhisattva. He has realized emptiness. So he said, I don't have realized emptiness. I'm going to follow by my teacher and Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna is first Pimi Bodhisattva. He has realized emptiness. Why he is first Pimi Bodhisattva? Because Buddha prophesied he is first Pimi. You know, like that. Do you get it? Do you understand? Okay, so then that's the reason then Chandakirti wrote commentaries for Nagarjuna's teachings. So then all these philosophers followed by Chandakirti. The Chandakirti used so beautiful logic teaching. Chandakirti he is realized a teacher actually, because you see his biography. You know, in Nalanda University, he was in the Nalanda University. He is sleeping, he is eating, he not drawing things, he not follow the rules. Then, you know, the monastery wanted to get rid of him, and this Nalanda University abbots told this, like, you know, the board members, give him job, do to something, give a job for him. So then they give a job him, they're taking care of the cows. You know, he have to take care of cows. The reason is in India tradition, we need milk to make tea, because without milk, they don't know how to drink tea. They don't drink like this tea, this black tea. They need milk in there. Okay, so then also milk need milk. Sometimes I cannot make pronunciation correctly. I hope everyone understand. And so Chandakirti, he taking care of the cows, but he accept the job. But that thing he's not going to do because he is lazy. He's lazy, he's not doing anything. But he give milk endless in the kitchen to make teas. But he don't take care of the cows. So cows, wherever they wanted to go, they release. He don't need the cows. Then what he did, then what happening? So there, Nalanda University, this you know, the people have dropped what he doing because he don't take care of cows. He has milk. He get milk. He don't take care of the cows. Then they spite him, going to in checking him what he doing. In his room, he draw the cow on the wall like this, you know, Tanga, like draw the cow, and he get milk, draw the cow, and give it to the kitchen to make the you know, tea. So that's realized, that symbolizes, recognize emptiness. This emptiness here teaching is not only here in the you know, books, like only not this is on the words. It's people practice, realize all this emptiness. The Chandakirti, he has realized emptiness. For him, the rare cow, draw cow is no difference him. Same thing. Because for us, different. Rare cow, draw cow is no same, cannot be same. But for him, no difference, the same. So then one day also in Nalanda University has a big danger. Dangerous is like Turuka means like kind of another religion. Turuka Mapong means like army. It's killing, destroying all the Buddhist temples and coming to all the way to Nalanda. So then they ask, please help, you know, Chandakirti. Everyone went to post to him, asked to help Chandakirti. They recognize he has, you know, realization. They cannot fight because Turuka is like that. Their army is so strong. They're going to killing everyone. You know, they change the religions. They're destroying everything. So then Nalanda, this all monks refuge to him. Chandakirti said, don't worry. Then Chandakirti didn't do anything. This Turuka Marpong means this army is very close to Nalanda University. Everyone upset Chandakirti. So now he just did, you know, like us, or is like our life is causes of death. He make our life is the causes of death because he just sleeping, you know, he don't do anything. He don't do anything. Everyone's so scared. Then ask went to everyone, ask him again, you know, push him. He said, okay, go to Nalanda, that's the gates, 4 directions. Make 4 lines, each section is a gate, 4 lines. So then they make line statues. They are dropped because they don't know what he's going to do, but no any choice, other no choice, you know. Then this Turuka, you know, this army is very close to almost into the Nalanda University. Chandrakirti hit the stake in the statue, lion statue. Lion statues, the running, going to you know, fight with all these armies. The all armies like lion statue, kind of like, how to say, destroyed. They didn't care, but everyone scared and ran away. Do you get or no? Do you understand what I'm saying? The lion statue, you know, statue, they create a lion statue in each directions. Get, you know, 4 directions. Chandrakirti has a stake, his hand. So he hit the stake is in the lion statue. That become the statues like come out, and the lion, red lion, you know, the fight with these armies.
You
They
mean
all
the,
destroy.
I'm sorry. You mean the statue came to life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Statue come to life, and the just comes like same as red lions come out, and then they destroy the army.
Could he made them perceive that the statues came to life and it was just an illusion? And they all got scared and ran away.
Yeah. So everyone scared and ran away.
Yeah, so like
But
a wizard, just magic trick like that.
Yeah, magic trick. He don't have to care anyone. So why is this symbols? Because he has realized emptiness. Okay. So that's the reason he can do the things. His perception is emptiness, lying. There are no exist anything. So that's why he has the power to do that. Then
like
then
our
we go back.
mythological stories. You know how we have mythologies around the world? World mythology. We have all these magical beings and things, all the old stories from long time ago. There are many, many stories like that all around the world.
So I think that story is mostly, I think it comes from Tibet. I'm kidding. So anyway, that is not only that time, you know, like Chandrakirti time, it's come up to in the Tibet. See, Milarepa through the rocks, flew through the rocks, and the rocks not block him. He hit hammer in the sky. He hold the sky space and hit the hammer, and he flew through the rocks, solitary rocks. Because there are also 2 yogis fighting in the Mount Kailasha. You know, Mount Kailasha is like the Pon tradition said they belong to that mountains belong to them. Milarepa was there. He said, this belong to me because my Yadam Deity symbolize this is the mountain is like my Yadam Deity Charasambhara's embodiment of this mountain, the Mount Kailasha. Then they said, I think they climbed, you know, climbed means like belong to Amai, right? Something like that. They climbed, both climbed the Mount Kailasha belong to them. So then they fight, not physical fighting, not emotional fighting, they fight for magic power. So then they say, they're going to second member like Mount Kailasha. Who get first? The Mount Kailasha belong to that person. So then they run. The Milarepa run the clockwise, other one other one is go to unclockwise, because Bon traditions go unclockwise, Buddhist goes like clockwise. And then the, of course, Milarepa has more realized, he get first. And then the talk about that, you know, that the fighting, and the Repa told him, do you think this rock is solid? The poem, this tradition, the teacher, he said yes. So Milarepa threw the rocks. Rocks not exist for him. And then he come back, he said, you think this space is empty? The other say yes. Milarepa hold the space, hit hammer, you know. So that means like all is, this is like whatever we think is like, is for us perceptions, but when you get realized, it's nothing is exist there. All is become same. No difference for them. So that is to show the realize the teacher's realization. And then it's like go to in the 60s, many Tibetan, this high realize the teachers, so the went into the prison, locked up in the prison, but there's so many like cannot put in the prison because they're always outside. They cannot block the house, cannot block them. And we see the one is the Gar monastery, and Garchen Rinpoche's teacher, his name is like Chimi Dorje. So he also locked up in the prison. The prison, the guy he saw, he cannot lock up because he's outside all the time. And that person meet Garchen Rinpoche, he told these stories. Mm-hmm. And then this Chimi Dorje was in the Gar monastery, he put the footprint in the rocks. So that means like they have realized that rocks, there is nothing, this is exist for them. Mm-hmm. They have realized emptiness.
Yes. I've heard Garchen tell that story, and it seemed as though he walked through the walls every night and came back the next morning in the prison.
So the Garchen Rinpoche says story, but exactly during the prison time, not together. That separate, don't know in each other what happening. But then this one person, a guy, so that person meet Garchen Rinpoche. He told Garchen Rinpoche that he knows one is from Gar monastery monk. The Chimi Dorje is actually monk, Gar monastery monk, but not really great monk. But it's kind of like I heard people say he just break the rules and like not follow the rules or something, unusual kind of. So the prisoner guy, he told Garchen Rinpoche, Gar monastery monk. So his name is Chimi Dorje. He was in the prison, so he's a gardener, prison gardener, and they give him the punishes, and also that time he saw he's like they're locked up in the prison. He comes outside, He's telling this kind of stories for Garchen Rinpoche. And then they say when Chimi Dorje was in the Gar monastery, we have two like upper monastery, lower monastery. Upper monastery is in the rock, it's very high, and the lower monastery or the dome below there, you can see, lower monastery can see upper monastery can see lower monastery. You're going to walk to hike, go up there, it maybe takes 20-30 minutes. It's go fast. If you don't take just rest, you just go directly up. And so then that time, there's who was upper monastery, people seeing he's lower monastery. So when is that thing, he's lower monastery, he's upper monastery. So like that, That kind of, they have stories. And then, this realize the emptiness, they recognize emptiness, become this, whatever right now we're seeing, what we thought is totally changed, transformed. Not like anymore like this right now. What we thought, what we perceive. Make sense or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is
like the Bardo state.
Yeah, that is like proving the emptiness realization. Mm-hmm. Not just only here, it's like what we're saying, like, using logics, like teachings. who practiced there get realized like that.
Mm-hmm.
Milarepa went into the Ya home. Do you know that story?
Mm-mm.
Actually, we already finished time. Milarepa went to the Ya's home. It's like he have to dealing with his student is Rechongpa. So Rechongpa is due to his ego, you know, Rechongpa's ego. So Milarepa no choice because he have to show something for Rechongpa. Milarepa is really love Rechongpa. I saw these stories. I don't know why. It's like he really like Rechongpa. He always sometimes pulling legs from Rechongpa. He teasing with him, and he go with him all the time. You know. So he always say he's my son. Like, so he really like him. And Rechongpa, so get some obscurations. There has long stories because we don't have time to share everything. Long stories. Anyway, Rechongpa went to learn the magic, just magic. He get magic. The magic is also he wanted to learn this logic. The Tibetan called Tema. It's logic book. We have one logic book when we study Buddhist philosophy. Sometimes we study that and then debating. So Rechongpa think if he don't learn that, then all the other philosophers attack with Milarepa. So you know this two philosophers debate with Milarepa, and Milarepa give answer for them is correctly beautiful, the rare meaning Dharma teachings. But Rechongpa thing is my teacher didn't give good answers. He doesn't satisfy. So then he think I wanted to go to India, learn this, the you know, going to study this. Tema is magic, logic, and then come back. He wanted to come back to debate. And Milarepa told him, "Don't need to do that. Wasting time. Look to your mind. Meditate Mahamudra." Rechongpa doesn't want to listen. You know, so Milarepa no choice. Then he think about his teacher Marpa Lotsa told him. Marpa Lotsa told him, "I didn't translate one text. In the future, you can have a chance to translate that text. The text is in India." So Milarepa remembered that. Oh no, it's not going to stop him. Anyway, he cannot stop him, you know. So then Milarepa told him, "Okay, you go India. So I wish you like free from all the obscurations." Milarepa take him to last couple of days with him, you know, send him to India, ask him translate this text. So what his teacher told him, Milarepa. So Rechongpa went to India. He did that translator to the Tibetan. He did a good job, you know. Then he come back, but he has this the logic book, and he attached to that. He just don't want to meditate, and only he focused that. Milarepa told him many times, so meditate, practice, look to your mind. But he doesn't want to do that. Then the one day they're going to go to meadow, kind of no trees, no nothing, you know, very plain, and the area very high altitude area, so nobody live there, and so they no any kind of protections there. And on the road, Milarepa saw the Ya's home. The Ya home is very big, kind of in the Ya home has exactly like this size and the bottom size. You know, I'll show you the example. This is a very good example. So Ya home is like, see, and start with this in the here, right? Yeah, and the two. So this kind of like this size, Ya home, the biggest one is. And Milarepa found the Ya home, and he asked Rechongpa, "You have to carry this Ya home." Rechongpa more upset because he think my teacher is something wrong. It's he usually don't need anything. No, he need even this Ya homes. Ya home is nothing useful. he telling himself, he's scared to talk with Malarepa. He telling himself, my teacher's wrong, something. But he had no choice. He carried the yak home, and then suddenly they changed the weather. Weather is changed. So weather is changed and comes a big thunderstorm. Wind is so strong. And Rechongpa, he cannot have anything for Malarepa. Rechongpa is also strong. He cannot have Malarepa because he tried to have himself. He just, the cloth all is loosened with the air. He hold like this and under somewhere, he hiding himself somewhere. So then this winds comes more calm down. And so like weather is a little bit going to better change. He thinks, oh my goodness, Malarepa is gone. He thinks Malarepa is already dead because the wind blow away already him. He is so, not heavy. Malarepa already, meditate, practice, and he didn't eat food. So his body is, not strong and very, very thin. And he thinks like already blow away Malarepa, wind blow away. So he got up and he calling my teacher, looking for his teacher. But then he heard the Malarepa's voice from the right somewhere from there. He cannot see anything. He looked everywhere, cannot see Malarepa. Only yak homes exist there. The Malarepa voice is come to directly to his ears. Like then he said, "What going on?" He cannot look everywhere, cannot see found Malarepa, but he can hear the voice. Only the yak home is there. So anyway, then finally he looked inside the yak homes. Malarepa is inside the yak home, the small, tiny, but yak homes not become changed to bigger. Malarepa is looks like not going to change, looks like smaller, but actually perfectly fit in the yak home. So he stayed there and he asked him, my son, come into the yak home. Malarepa teaching him. So no, you think is you think you same is like your teacher. You think you have some same realization as a teacher. If you have same realize me, so please come into the yak home. So then Rechongpa think he can go in the yak home because he tried to go in. Of course he cannot. Yak home is small, his body is bigger. He don't have realized emptiness. So he cannot get in there. Then of course the Malarepa come out, otherwise he cannot go in the yak home. So then what that means like who has realized emptiness. No big, no small. Big, small, the bigger, small, right, and the left. This is all our perceptions. Absolute truth, there no exist. Who realize? So that is all the realization emptiness, signs. So then Rechongpa, he really regretted and he posited to Malarepa and he confessing. So then he's become right person. Okay, so now we just finished that teaching first Pimi Bodhisattva. So we wish we get in this life into the first stage of first Pimi Bodhisattva. That's the reason we stayed today. We live there. Next week we're going to follow again. And okay, so then we have to go to Panashavari sadhana. Hope everyone has the sadhana, Panashavari. After finishing Panashavara sadhana, then we go to the Mahakala. Okay, so here is we take like just a couple minutes. If you have to go restaurant, please go restaurant. 5 minutes break. That's better because staying already 2 hours. Come back to maybe 5:10. So now it's 5:02. Come back to 5:10. And 8 minutes break. And you need to get tea or water or go restaurant, please. Thank you. Ryan. Okay,
Yeah.
you have a questions, like you have a lot this morning questions. Do you have any questions more?
Well, so what I was wondering, I think I understood what you were saying, but my question was about when I'm doing my practice on my own, how much time should I spend doing the study and memorization of the prayers and like right now I'm memorizing the prayers in Tibetan, and it's easy for me to spend a lot of time doing that, but then sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not spending enough time developing my the strength of my samadhi. So I was asking, the question was kind of like what percentage of time should I spend on one versus the other, or which is more important? And it felt like to me what you were answering was that all of that can kind of be a meditation, and all of it can be developing though a single pointed focus. But I don't know, that's kind of what my question was.
So actually good is like you have to look to each day. It's like, you know, what you need, not make like one way, oh, I have to do every day like this, you know. So each day you can make different.
Okay.
Then you know, so, okay, today I wanted to spend like time more focus. Maybe some days you can focus more, you know, memorize, which is very important. You see what you need, so you focus more, spend time that one. And
okay.
Yes, so it's, you know, just you have to know what you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes we do daily practice always, so of course then we do that, but then you can spend time more is which sections you need to do.
Should I always start well, I guess you just kind of said that maybe not always do one thing, but should I always do the opening prayers before I do, like even if I'm just going to do meditation, should I do opening prayers, then meditate, and then do closing prayers? Or is it okay to just go right into the meditation?
That is also, you know, depending your situation, their situation. If you are at home and you have time to do that, then of course opening prayer is good. If, example, you are in the somewhere outside, you're walking, doing some things, you have only 10 minutes to do something, then just go into the meditate.
Okay.
So you're at home, then you have these sadhanas, books, and you usually where you stay and your shrine rooms. Then just starting with the, like, you know, opening prayer.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's always like, see, the depending, you know, sometimes like for me, see, I'm outside somewhere, so I go to meditate, but I don't do the opening prayers. So when I get into the, like, you know, usually shrine rooms and or Dharma center, then I starting, you know, practices of opening prayer first. Use opening prayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So do you have more?
When I'm doing the deity yoga practice, when I'm inviting the wisdom deities. Should my visualization be on the wish-fulfilling tree, or is it the same visualization as when I invite the 5 empowerment deities?
Can you say again that one?
So in a lot of the deity yoga practices, like in the Panashavari, the first thing we do is we invite the wisdom beings. So when I'm visualizing that part, what is it that I'm visualizing, or who am I visualizing as the wisdom beings? Would those be should I visualize like my Yidam deity, or should I be visualizing, because at that point I've already done the self-generation. Now I'm inviting the wisdom deities, but then later on in the practice you invite the empowerment deities. So I guess my question is, what is the difference between the wisdom deities and the empowerment deities, or is that a different visualization at all?
Yeah, so wisdom deity is like, which Yidam deity you practice. That Yidam is wisdom.
Okay.
And we meditate Panashavari, and that is a Samaya Panashavari. And then the wisdom deity means like we visualize in inverting in the pure lane. That Panashavari is called wisdom deity.
Okay.
Sometimes the wisdom deity with all the 5 Buddhas. And yeah, so like that, that sometimes like this wisdom deity is inseparable with the 5 Buddhas.
Uh-huh.
So wisdom deity means actually which Yidam you dated, that Yidam is wisdom.
Okay.
The Yidam is like stay in the pure lane, their own pure lane. So we invite from that. We invite from the pure lane. So that is called wisdom deity. Then you visualize Yidam deity. Your mind create, and wisdom deity is like inverted pure lane, dissolve to visualize the deity, or dissolve to yourself visualize yourself Yidam deity.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's really helpful. I was trying to visualize the tanka of the wish-fulfilling tree, and that was just a lot to have a clear, any kind of defined visualization of. It's still really working on that visualization process. Can I ask one more question about the Tower prayer?
Yes.
Would it be better to memorize it in English or Tibetan first?
I think English is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
English.
Thank you.
Yeah, the
Thank
English
you for
is
asking that question.
English has the different kind of, it's translations. So you can like I told that like you can pick up something different. I can send to you. Everyone is like small booklets. If you don't have small booklets, I think most has right. Mostly has like this small supplication to Tara small booklets. Usually Gachino Muji, yeah, this Sender has, see, and that is from another one, and then Avura hold that one is another one. So that's kind of like we have a small booklet. It's easy to carry, and it's good. I can send you means everyone. So this small booklet.
Yeah, that would be great.
Then everyone can have. So I don't know, can you send it through the Zoom or no?
Oh.
David, do you know how to this? Can you send this through the Zoom or no? Use the Zoom to send something.
I don't know if Debbie's there. I'm
right here now. I am back. What's that, Kimpo?
The use the Zoom can send it to this the supplication to Tara or no?
Yeah, we could do that. Sure. Yeah, let me do it right now. You need just the root text supplication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the root text. Okay.
The small booklet. I mean, the small booklet.
Oh, the green booklet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the one in the Deity Yoga practice guide.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm going off of. And
Yeah.
I can memorize
Deity
it.
Yoga have this. Okay, I'll send it to you, David, booklet. Then can you send it to the chat? I don't know if you can do that or not.
Sure.
I can send it to you, this booklet. And your WhatsApp, then maybe, I don't know, you can send it through the chat.
I'll try.
So,
sure.
Try.
Thank you.
I have the other one, the sender hold the so this section has many different prayers. It's also very beautiful pictures. And this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the we made her Gadoma. Sender hold one. I didn't have that one. It's in my phone. I have other one. Yeah, the other one. Okay, so now I think we're ready. Wow, it's gone the time. Sorry about.
Thank you, Tempo.
So now we go to the page 8. Om Pejase Bane Shavare Sarva Mare Rajamane Hom. Om Pejase Bane Shavare Sarva Rajamane Hom. I visualize that the whole space of either a region or country is filled with the 5 sun goddess and the goddess Panashavari. From them streams of nectar flow down. Fill the bodies of the disease, the region or kingdom, and all disease and harms are pacified. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Sarva Mare Rajamane Hom. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Sarva Mare Rajamane. 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 Om Bejaze Javare Zabare Vare Argandra Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Padendra de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Vare Vibeta de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Javare Zabare Vare Divandra de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Vare Alogedra de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Vare Ngendedra de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Vare Nevededra de Zazoa. Om Bejaze Bane Javare Zabare Vare Zabara de Zayezo. May the great Vajradhara, the true Lama, who is the essence of all Buddhas, granted auspiciousness of the goddess Panashavari to all beings of the 3 realms without exception and to myself. Glorious goddess Panashavari, you liberate all others and myself from the infliction of great harm, having taken refuge in you. Salam goddess, please protect us from all dangers. So now we go to the Mahakala. The Mahakala Archie.
No, I don't think we did page 9. We skipped page 9.
Huh? Oh, I skipped page 9. Wow, sorry about that. This is I have loose pages.
Getting rid of the epidemic.
Wow. I checked like what happened the page at. Yeah, I see. So fast to finish. I thought, what happened? Gail, you have beautiful view. All sides is beautiful your yard. Out of the mandala of Dharmakaya, great bless your portrait against the dangerous diseases such as epidemics and against untimely death. I pay homage to you, mother of wish fulfilling activities. Whatever I could not pursue, whatever was deteriorated, and whatever I did with the deluded mind or made others do, may you forgive all that. Om Benza Sado Samaya Mane Balak Benzara Sado Dinoda Dedando Mebawa Sube Gayo Meba Sube Gayo Mebawa Anerado Meba Sarva Sede Mendayanza Sarva Gana Suzame Zedan Yayam Karo Aho Bangal Sarva Dadanga Mentara Mame Bezaraba Magamaya Zadu. So now we go to the page 10. Mistakenly go to the page 10. May the great Vajradhara, the true Lama, who is the essence of all Buddhas, grant the auspiciousness of the goddess Panashavari to all beings of the three realms without exception and to myself. Glorious goddess Panashavari, you liberate all others and myself from the infliction of great harm. Having taken refuge in you, Salam goddess, please protect us from all dangers. Okay, so no miss anything, right? Thank you. So now we go to the Deti Yoga Sadhana. Deti Yoga Sadhana, the Mahakala. Anyone has offerings Mahakala? Teas, flowers, that's great. Incense, teacups, everything. So I can visualize Mahakala offerings, big grown, beautiful trees, plants, flowers. Okay, so now we go to the page 129. Deti Yoga Sadhana. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Glorious Vajra Garden, great Black One, Mahakala, and glorious great Bhairava, Heruka Charasambhara. By nature, you are one within Dharmata. In essence, you are same within exalted wisdom. In character, you are equal in unhindered activity. Hero who defects or unfavorable circumstances, you are the foremost Lord of all appearance and existence. Gods and demons, force protector, who is the great leader of activity, a process. Invisible, sovereign of radiant splendor, your protect awareness, holding yogins as if they were your own children, and access the concentration of outbound practitioners. And adorned with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing, the power of magnetizing activity, and our safety activity of liberating savage force and hindrances. Your mighty skill to protect the teachings is Powerful Lord Dorje Taksarji, Great War, God of Yogins, please think of me. Abiding on the secret ground of Vajra Herukas, enlightening body, speech, and mind, are yogi engaged in practice to attain and surpass enlightenment. It so as to conquer obstacles to the path of supreme blessing and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the samadhi skirt that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn towards freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness provide and increase. May gods and demons and me be overpowered and at all times and in every circumstance. May enlightening activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activity to grant strength and common cities unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with perverted views and the like, and my perfect auspiciousness and goodness provide and prevail. Ma, Shi, by the power of compassion and previous aspirations, Archijidoma arise from this space of phenomena and lock upping us from the expanse of exerted wisdom, miraculously descend upon this activity mandala. Mother Archie, daughter of Nana, powerful lady, Dharmatara, Wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, Menet, Tassing goddess, flesh eating, karmic darkness. Noble lady Tashi Serema, Moyolozama, Tekan Rozama, Tengishazama, and Chupindazama. Protectors of the lineage, forefathers, protectors of the Fretine hermitages, protectors with the Samaya who pledge to protect the teachings of the Kaju lineage. Your influent wisdom never fails, your compassion never withholds, your blessings are close, and your power unobstructed. All of you bless us yogins and our retinue with your enlightening body. Bless us with your enlightening speech. Bless us with your enlightening mind. Bless us with your enlightening qualities. Bless us with your enlightening activities. Aid so as to conquer adverse circumstances and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn towards freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness provide and increase. May goods and demons and me be overpowered and at all times and in every circumstances. May enlightening activities be accomplished according to my self-supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activities to grant spring and common city, unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with perverted views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness provide and prevail. Zaya, Zaya, Siddhi, Siddhi. Pala, Pala, Om. So now we go to supplication to Tara. Page is 60 something, 61. Actually 62. Chant English together. In the Ambon Dharma Dharta, above the riverine mother, the deity Tara, she bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I request her to protect me from all fears. Through not understanding oneself as Dharmakaya, one's mind is overpowered by the klashas. Our mother sentient beings wandering in samsara. Please protect them, deity mother. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. Some are deceived by dramas. Please protect them, perfect mother. It is difficult to realize one's mind. Some realize but did not practice. Their minds wander toward the activities. Please protect them, deity mother of recollection. Known or wisdom is the self-born mind. No matter what they do, some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. Please protect them, deity of known or wisdom. Although some abide in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and effect. They are ignorant of the meaning of a subject of knowledge. Please protect them, omniscient deity mother. The nature of space is free from boundaries. Nothing is different from that. Still, practitioners and disciples do not realize this. Please protect them, perfect Buddha mother. So now we chant the Tibetan. Ma je wa me be je ye na yong je zen la mo zhu ma yo te zem je gen la de de ma da je ba gen le jia de zo rang ji ge yin pa ra ma ye ba sen ye mo wang de je ba ye an ko wan jiang de zem je la Yon la mo ju je jab de so ji nye ne ju la ma ji pa ta nye zai ge jen da ne chen da ngen be le ba la yon yang da ge la me jab de so do ba ga wa rang ge se hong ne gong ba re me zi ba za wa ngen be yin wa la Yong zhen be la me jia de zo zhen ran zong yi me yi xie la ni zhen zhen be ba jia ji jia de re se jia yin hua na to ni me jia la me jia de zo re yang dai ge dong lai ne ze jia Jim de jie dem de re me xie be xi ze dong la mong ba la Yong gen jin je la mi jia de so zhe da ran nan gen zin ye jing tam je de dan yer mi jiang da dong lo me gan za la yong zo san ye jie jia de so now we go to the Buddha Amitabha 70. The short prayer is a brief prayer to be born in the bliss for pure lane of Devachi. And Maho, in the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion. On the left is the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the bliss for pure lane of Devachi. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power and the blessings of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may I attain this aspiration without hindrance. Buddhitiyata Pinsandriya Awa Bodhanaya Soha Bodhicitta, the excellent and the precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. So now we chant Tibetan. Ma ho ngon zar sanje na wan da ye da ye se jo wo du je je bo da yong de se ma de jen do na la san ye san sen pa min ko ji ko de je ngon zar ba de me ba ye de wa ji ye sa ve yen gan de na yin de ne zhen pu jir ma da jie wa yin jie bar ma ju ba de re jie ne nan de yang dong yu de ge da ge mo lan da ba de so ye san jie san zhen dan jie jie ge me ya da ben zan de ya awa mo de na ye zo wa san jo zen jo Rinpoche, Maji Banan Jeju, Jeba Nyamba Meba, Kong Ne Gong De Bewa Yu, Mane Beme, O Mane Beme, O Mane Beme, O Mane O Mane Beme, O Mane Beme, O Mane Beme, O Mane Beme. Thank you, everyone. So we finish it today, and if you have questions, I can stay. So if you wanted to go, you can leave. And then this 17 is we have a celebration of Rinpoche's birthday. So
what day did you say, Khenpo?
17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, in this 17 is we're going to start in 10 o'clock, not 11. Okay, 17 is we're going to start at 10 a.m. So then 10 a.m. to 12, 3 to 5. And so that time then we're going to practice saying and chant these supplications. So also we can do like, this supplication, what we can do. And it's a good thing is like one by one chant master. So example, we have, I don't know how many people join, maybe 50 is there, so 50 times we're going to do supplication para. So that means like, okay, I chant once, so I can like, it's good as if you can show your videos, So Marilyn recording all these videos, so we can send it to Gachin Rinpoche, like you individually can, like have a, touch the leg or happy birthday can do him, so he can watch that. And so when we chant, like example, I chant this supplication beginning, so I can say happy birthday Gachin Rinpoche, then I chant, and then next is okay, Mary, you come, so you can say happy birthday, you can chant. We just follow one by one like that way, and we can chant. So maybe how many people here, so we can chant that time. And we have time to do that. We can chant like maybe 100 times, supplication para.
Is that Tibetan or English, Khenpo, whatever our choice is?
Whatever your choice, so whatever you choose. That time, so everyone is going to move, right? Who is going to chant? That is the person who is chant. So one by one. If someone don't want to do that, also your choice. So then if you do that, we can make video recording. So Gachin Rinpoche can see the video individually. He can ask happy birthday celebration with him.
Nice.
Okay, so that's I can think that, and then maybe also he can join in the group. So short time we don't know, because maybe that time it looks like he's come out of his retreat. We can see, we don't know. I don't know. Okay, so how do you think? That's a good idea?
Yeah, great idea.
Okay.
Will you,
so
this application
yeah.
text?
Yeah, supplication, we chant that everyone chants, lead once, one by one. And yes.
To learn.
This book or the one in the other book?
So we have to use in the thing is in the prayer book we have right now,
Okay.
this week, because everyone has that one,
Okay.
Then when you're going to memorize, though, you can pick up these different translations, so you can choose, which is you like. before memorize, you really investigate, these translations, which words is good for you. You can put together yourself.
The 7 supplications.
Yeah, 7 supplications. So no, anyone has questions?
So just a quick update, the book that someone wanted, Kempo, the Supplication to the 7 Taras, Marilyn was already ahead of the game. It's already on her website. So if anybody needs that, they can download that from there. It's already.
Okay. So in the Garchen, Canada, you can download this book from there, the small booklets. If you don't have,
And also, I just put a little note out about, I know that someone had made the announcement about Walter Dobbins. Many of you, I unfortunately didn't share the photo of him, but many of you may know him from being at Dharmasuriya and being at Dayton, but he is in the hospital now, seriously ill, not related to COVID-19, not related to that, but with other comorbidities that he was suffering from. So him and his wife, Dorothy, if everybody could keep them in their prayers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So anyone has questions?
No.
No. I have Walter's picture on my phone. I wasn't able to send the picture to on Zoom either. So, but he's wonderful. He's in his 70s and he's suffering from heart problem, but then also he has pneumonia and he has to go to the hospital. But unfortunately, the hospital, they don't allow people to come and visit. So he needs our prayers. Actually, he's very lonely in there. Like many who goes into the hospital, they cannot be able to see their family members. So
here's a picture of Walter. I've got a picture of Walter up on my screen, Curtis Spear.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw that already. Yes, I can see 2 pictures everywhere.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kendra. Right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Very nice.
Thank you, Campo.
Thank you, Campo.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much, Campo.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, Kempo.
Bye. Tomorrow is 11.
Bye. Hi, Naomi.
Hi, Debbie.
Bye, Artie. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, Igor. Bye-bye, guys.
Here.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.